All right, Shalom. This is Sahara 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is going to be a quick prophecy update. This is from ABC News, and you had China, North Korea, and Russia meeting up for China's military parade. I think it was yesterday. All right, and you had a statement out from Trump saying that he was impressed. You know, in his proud demeanor. You know, but let's read this article. It says Trump says China is conspiring against the U.S. with Putin, Kim Jong-un meeting at military parade. All right, so he's starting to see it, that they're all coming together. All right, and the scriptures say what? Come against her roundabout. But first they got to come together, and that's what the Lord is doing right before our eyes, bringing these nations together so they're going to be a united front against what they call the West, you know, or the dragon. All right, so it says the leaders of China, Russia, North Korea attended a parade in Beijing. And this is what it means by, in Ezekiel 38, be thou prepared, thou and all thine army. All right. President Donald Trump took to his social media platform as Chinese President Xi Jinping, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and Russian President Vladimir Putin appeared together in Beijing for China's largest ever military parade on Wednesday. Trump accused Xi of conspiring against the United States as they attended the parade, which marked the 80th anniversary of Japan's surrender in World War II. All right, so he's saying with the BRICS, you know, and even with a military alliance, that they're setting that up against the U.S., which he would be correct. All right, that's why I said that the king of Babylon have heard the report. You know, it's going to cause fear and dread. Right now he's saying he's impressed. But wait till they start their blitz when they start coming against America. All right. It says, may President Xi and the wonderful people of China have a great and lasting day of celebration. Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. As you can see, Trump funny, man. He said, please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America. Trump it's his asshole, man. Trump wrote on social media as the parade was underway. All right. So it says Trump referenced America's involvement in World War II in his post on X, saying the big question to be answered is whether or not President Xi of China will mention the massive amount of support and blood that the United States gave to China in order to help it to secure its freedom from a very unfriendly foreign invader. Talking about against Japan. Whew. Yeah, he tight. Telling somebody mad. You know, so look at this. All right, it says here, Jeremiah 50 and 41, behold, a people. In fact, let's go here. Let's go to 40. As Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So it was a judgment from the Most High. So when China, Russia, and Korea come against this place, it's really a judgment from the Most High. All right, sending one nation against another nation. It says the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he controlled the hearts of the kings. All right. So it says here, 40, as Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh, so shall no man abide there. Talking about here in this place, Babylon. It's going to be a desert. Neither shall any son of man dwell there. Right? You're going to have doleful creatures and lizards and shit still living, but not any humans. Behold, a people shall come from the north. And you see, they've been worrying about Russia coming from Alaska, right, from the north. And a great nation and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. All right, so as Russia's rising up, the other nations are rising up with them, building a conglomerate against this place. They shall hold the bow and lance. They are cruel, so that's their military training. All right, they're going to be fully equipped and capable of handling the modern technology and weaponry. They shall hold the bow and the lance, so they're going to have missile technology, ICBMs, and they are cruel. They're going to be more cruel than what we see. What's his name? Bibi Netanyahu doing in Gaza. They're going to be just as cruel or more cruel than that, and will not show mercy. See, that's what Trump and they're going to be calling for: peace, peace. And they're not going to show mercy when the time comes. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array, like a man to battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. That's going to be the missiles. So all them nations are going to come together, and they're going to send the missiles out. The king of Babylon, see, if it's Trump in that day, the president, have heard the report of them, and his hands wax feeble. He's going to be powerless. See that? He is oppressed now, but someday he's going to be, when that time comes, they're going to be powerless against the attacks that's coming from those nations. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs of a woman in travail. All right, I'm going to end it with this. Jeremiah 51:1. It says, Yahweh says, I am bringing a destructive wind against Babylon and its people. That destructive wind, the nuclear destruction and the winds that come from it. All right, nuclear fallout and a blast, which is going to scatter human flesh as it's burned. And then the blast from it is going to scatter the flesh like chaff. And that's all part of the Most High's command and prophecy for the judgment day to happen this way. It says, I will send fanners or foreigners to destroy Babylon like a wind that blows straw away. All right, not like it kindles a fire, but more like the Lord set these nations up to do his will. He want to scatter them like chaff. So he chose humans to come up with this technology to do it. All right, he created the smith that blew up the coal in the fire, the scientists, nuclear scientists and engineers. So it says, I will send foreigners. So the Most High is sending these nations, all right, when the time comes, to destroy Babylon like a wind that blows a straw away. When that day of destruction comes, so that day is coming. But when it finally gets here, like it says in, I think it's Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it, it will surely come. All right, but once it happens, you can't turn it back. So that's why the Lord is giving us time to get right. All right, when that day of destruction comes, They will attack from every side and leave the land naked or bare. See that? So everything we're looking at is that all the elements shall melt with fervent heat. It says, don't give its soldiers time to shoot their arrows. So they're not going to give America time to get prepared. All right? They call those preemptive strikes. So don't give it soldiers time to shoot their arrows or to put on their armor. See, it's going to take a few years for Babylon, America, to get more modernized with its technology and weaponry to catch up to Trump, Putin and them. But they're not going to sit around and wait. That way, I say, how long are we going to sit here and let this happen? How long shall they increase in that which is not theirs? And in debt, right? It says, don't give its soldiers time to shoot their arrows and to put on their armor. Do not spare the young men, right? Destroy the army, the whole army. Sheesh. That's crazy, man. Every branch gonna be taken out by these nations. Don't give. They will be wounded and be unalived in the streets of their cities. All right. So it's gonna be battles on the soils of this place. I, Yahweh, the Almighty, have not abandoned Israel and Judah. And this is a message to you damn apologetics out there under your demon leader vocab. The Lord has not abandoned Israel and Judah. All right. Even though they have sinned against me, the Holy One of Israel. See, the people like, yeah, because the Lord was dealing with the Israelites, but then he did away with them. No, he didn't. Just like Paul said, the Lord has not cast away his people, as some foreknew. No, the Lord is forgiving. He's going to bring us back to him. All right. And this is how he's going to do it. It says, Babylon was like a golden cup in my hand, making the whole world drunk. Everybody, all the nations believed in the dollar. They fell under the fear of America with the nukes. They began to build nuclear deterrence, like Russia. The Lord set them on their course, right to today. So America is a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, making the whole world drunk. The nations drank of its wine, the business, the dollar, demonocracy, the wars. See, Trump said, didn't we help you, China, by destroying Japan? So it made all the nations trust in the leadership of America. But now America's leading the nations into hell and destruction, into a trap. And a lot of those nations noticed it, so they created the BRICS. They pulled away. All right. It says Babylon was like a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, making the whole world drunk. The nations drank its wine and went out of their damn minds. They went out of their minds. See, some people read this wrong. They say the nations are mad, right? They went angry, and now they're angry. That's not what it's talking about. It says the nations were drunk, meaning they were fools. They became stupid. You know, you see videos with Putin dancing with Bush, and, you know, thinking that Trump is cool with Putin and all this madness. It's all deception and lies. All right, their heart is drawn swords. It says Babylon has suddenly fallen, and that time is coming when it's going to completely fall, and is going to be what? Destroyed. Mourn over her, get medicine for its wounds, and perhaps it can be healed. All right, and it can't. It says foreigners living there have said, we tried to help Babylon. They tried to help America with bringing businesses here, you know, traveling to this place. This was the Golden City. But now it says what? But it was too late. That's when they had the, what they call it? damn, what they call that shit when they kept creating, creating the dollars out of thin air, right? I can't think of the terminology right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. But anyway, it says foreigners living there said we tried to help Babylon, but it was too late. Let's leave her now and go back home. So all these nations are going to leave, right? Anybody that's in alliance with America, they're going to pull away. It says Babylon, Nineveh is like a pool of water. It's draining out, and none of the nations are going to look back as they're leaving. It says Yahweh has punished Babylon with all his might. Damn. And has destroyed it completely. So that time coming. All right. Here you go, verse 11. Yahweh has stirred up the kings of the Medes. So the Lord is stirring up those nations in East Asia or Eastern Europe with Putin and his allies. So it's the Most High stirring them up because he intends to destroy Babylon. That's what Trump is noticing. Trump noticing like, yo, y'all conspiring against us. You right. The Most High is creating that. All right. Why? Because he intends to destroy Babylon. That is how he will take revenge for the destruction of his temple. The attacks, the attacking officers command: sharpen your arrows, get your shields ready. Give the signal to Babylon's walls. Strengthen the guard. That's what Trump's doing. He's trying to strengthen everything, build up the Space Force, Golden Dome. The Lord has done what he said he would do to the people of Babylon. Basically saying, what, get you down. There's no more throne. You're trying to rise up and build up your forces and your defenses. And the Lord like, no, your time is up.